Hello viewers, this is Too Fast here. In this video I will show you this OBD head-up display unit. Now this one I have here is model P10. This is a new design of the head-up display where it does not require the installation of a reflective film on your windshield. So you can read all the information directly on the head-up display unit. Now this P10 model is much smaller than the P9 head-up display that I reviewed last time, but this P10 model packs a lot of good features. So let me go ahead and unbox this so you can see what this head-up display unit looks like. Here we have the OBDII data cable, and this is the head-up display unit itself. And this is a sticky pad you can place on your dash and then place the unit on the sticky pad. Now you do need to plug this unit into the OBDII port for it to power on, but let me quickly go over the design of this unit. On the front we have this LCD display, and then on the back we have this rocker switch which you can use to set up the unit and also toggle to different display. In the middle we have a photocell to detect daytime and nighttime, so during nighttime it will dim the display so it won't be so bright. Next to it is the mini USB connector that you connect your data cable to, and that's what is used to power this unit on and provide the driving information on this display. To install this unit, take the USB data cable and plug the mini USB connector into the unit right here. Now connect the other end of your data cable to the DLC connector or data link connector on your vehicle. To install the unit, place a sticky pad onto your dash, and then we'll place the unit right on top, and that'll keep it from moving around. Let's start the car up. So right now you're looking at the main display. At the top, this is the speed reading. The bottom left hand corner, this is the water temperature. Over here on the right, this is the car battery voltage. Now let me show you how to get into the settings menu so you can make changes to some of the parameters and calibrate the unit. Now if you look at the back of the unit here, we have this switch. You can push this in or move the switch left and right. And to get into the setup menu, push that switch in and hold it for a second. And here we have the main menu. Go down to settings. First item is language set. Here you can choose different languages. Next one is warning tone. Default is on. If you move that switch at the back left or right, you can change the setting. Next item, speed alarm. The default is 150 kilometers an hour. So if you're driving and you hit 150 kilometers an hour, it will sound an alert. Coolant alarm. Default is 120 degrees Celsius. You can increase this if you want, or decrease it. RPM alarm. Default is 6,000 RPM. So if you hit 6,000 RPM, it will sound an alert. Let's go ahead and change this. We can change this to 7,000, let's say. Next item is BAT, or battery alarm. Default is 10.5 volt. So if your car battery drops to 10.5 volt, it will sound an alarm. Next one is speed adjust. Default is 107%. So with this setting, if you find that the speed reading on this unit is different than what's on your dash, you can use this to fine-tune the reading on the HUD, so you can match the speed reading of the HUD to the speed reading on your vehicle. Speed offset. If you turn off the ignition and the speed reading on the HUD is not 0, you can adjust the value here to bring that speed reading back to 0. BAT adjust, or battery adjust. Right now it's 100%. So if you want to change the battery reading, you can adjust it here. You can reduce it or increase it up to 100%. Engine size. Here we can enter the size of the engine. Default is 1.6 liter. I'm going to change mine to 3.5 liter. Fuel adjust. The default is 100%, so this will allow you to fine-tune the fuel consumption reading on your unit. Change color. You can toggle left and right to change the color of the display. Next one is Cwt Unit. This is the unit of measure for the water temperature. Right now it's set to Fahrenheit. You can change this to Celsius. Next item, speed unit. You can set this for miles per hour or kilometers per hour. some distance, this will allow you to set the value here to match that of the mileage of your vehicle. Power off time, default is 10 seconds. You can adjust this time if you want. Sleep voltage, the default value is off. Now if the device is not turning off when you turn off the ignition, you can adjust the value here so the unit will turn off. Factory set, here you can reset the unit to factory default. Let's go back into the setup menu. So we've gone through the settings menu. Let's go to the next item, OBD diagnose. So here you can scan for DTC or trouble code. You can also clear the DTC. Driving test. Here we have two choices. We have speed up test and also brake test. So if you go to speed up test, so this will actually do your acceleration test and measure the time. And this is a brake test. Return, data stream. Here it will display a list of PIDs on your vehicle. And over here on the right is the live data that's showing from your vehicle. Now when you turn off the vehicle, it will turn off the unit after 10 seconds. Now with the main screen that you're looking at, this is actually a multi-function display screen. And what I mean is you can actually change the view of it by pressing in the back button momentarily. So right now this will display the elapsed time and elapsed distance. If you press the button again, this will show you the speed. This will display the speed, tachometer, trip time, distance, coolant temperature, battery voltage. This is a speed test. This is the brake test. This is the live data. Now we're back to the first screen that we saw earlier. So let's test out the speed up test. So with the speed up test, it will show you the speed that you're traveling at and the elapsed time that it took. As you can see, this head-up display unit is very compact, but it has the ability to provide you a lot of information. Now for this review, I've chosen to put the head-up display unit in the center of my dash, but you can place this in a different location if you want, such as directly on top of your driver's side. Now on the back of this unit, there is a photocell where it will detect daytime and nighttime. So during the nighttime, it will dim the display and it won't be so bright. Also, once you've set up everything on the unit, it'll remember its setting, and this unit will start up automatically when you start the ignition, and it will shut off automatically when you turn off the ignition. Well, I hope you enjoy watching the review of this head-up display. I do like the overall compactness of this design compared to the older style of head-up display units that I have reviewed in the past where it requires a reflective film to be installed on the windshield. With this design, you can easily move it around on the dash or take it off the dash when the vehicle is parked. If you want to learn more about this unit, I will include the link in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts about this unit in the comment section, and don't forget to click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.